Hi there, and hopefully if you're watching this video you're thinking about coming along to my short game week, which is in August, and I'm going to go through what we're going to be doing on that week so you can get an insight into it, see whether it's for you. We'll start off with having a chat about a chip. You know, what is a chip? What's it made up of, as in flight, as in clubs you use, as in roll? Because understanding what a chip is, to me, is the most important part. I think most golfers misinterpret or misunderstand what they want the ball to do and what they're required to do, so therefore it actually makes the shot an awful lot harder than what it needs to be. So we'll start off by making sure everybody understands this and sees things like the loft of the club. I mean, everyone thinks the loft of the club dictates height, and that's not true. Height is purely an effect of the shot. What it actually controls is how much run you have on the ball. That's why we choose a 7-iron as opposed to a pitching wedge, because a 7-iron is going to run the ball more. It's got nothing to do with height. So we need to understand that. Then we're going to teach you the flail technique, which is what I like to call it, which to me is the best way to chip. Anyone can chip when you've got a nice lie. You can use various different strokes, that's fine. But if you want to make the ball do something, like you want to make it check and stop or run or get it out of a dodgy lie, you need this flail technique. So we'll be starting off by working through some of the drills, and the first one's where we simply put the ball there and we get used to flicking the ball back. That's the first start of the flail. And then we're going to put the two balls in like this. So the idea is you flick the ball back and then you come through and chip the ball forwards, and again I can show you that. So it's just like this. We put two there, we go back, you can see that the flail movement in there. And then once I'm happy that each individual person, so I won't move you through as a group, I'm going to move you through individually, we're going to use two balls and go through landing zones. So most people struggle to pick a landing zone, and then when you pick one, it's actually to hit it becomes quite tricky. So we'll start off by having a little bit of flail. There we go, that's in that landing zone, and let's see if I can hit the second one. Okay, so again, oh hang on, let's get the club behind. Oops, that won't sit still. There we go. So oops, tricky here, so flick it back. So there we go. So even by doing the flail drill, I'm able to hit each landing zone, and these will be painted, and we're probably going to go up to about 20 yards away. Once you get the hang of it with the two balls, then we're going to start to let you do it on just the one ball, and that's what we're going to be concentrating on day one. Hi, okay, so now let's talk about day two. So we're going to start off day two by going over what we did yesterday, is in checking the flail technique and making sure that you can hit your landing zone. So we'll start out there going through the landing zones. Again, the landing zone bit won't be on a green. We're just going to do it down on the practice area, so you get used to looking at where the ball lands and you're able to judge that before we worry about what happens after it lands. So we'll spend a good couple of hours doing that, and then what we're going to do, we'll move up to hitting the four different types of chips. So we're going to go through a standard chip, which is pretty much what I'd call like this. So that's just a standard chip. And if we can, we'll go through a bit more of a soft landing type chip. So it pops it up and sits a bit quicker. And then we'll go through a running chip. So you saw how that stays low. And then as long as we've got the correct lie, we'll go through a bit of a check chip. Didn't really check that one, but that's the ones that we're going to go through. And we're going to spend time on that, so you get to grips with what changes, as in setup, and as in strike, and as in how you manipulate the club face to generate the different types of spin. So to spin it off this type of grass is a bit tricky, but to get spin off that one and see the ball check is a lot easier. And that's what we'll be doing on day two. Once we've done that, we're going to spend the last couple of hours going round a green and talking about where to play what technique from what lie. So if I was here and I was in a slight hole, like we've got there, you can see I'm buried a bit, what's the best for that shot? Well, if I try and hit a soft landing one, you see how the club catches the floor and then duffs the shot. Well, if I get it in there, if I get it off the back foot and I get the ball running out, you see I can get the ball run out quite easily and it can just trickle its way up to the hole. So understanding how to play the shots, how to set up to them is one thing, and then understanding what's the best one from certain lies and positions around the green is another. And that's what we're going to be doing on day 2. Okay, so now day 4, backspin day, the day that everybody wants to be able to do, spin the ball. But first of all, we're going to talk about what ingredients you need for backspin, because it's not just this magic potion. You know, you need the right type of golf ball. You need nice clean grooves. If your grooves are dirty, you've got pretty much no chance of spinning the ball. And the amount of spin you can get on the ball these days does change. It's not like the old days where you could hit it and you see the ball land on the green and spin miles back. What we're looking really is to get the ball to hit the green, and on the second bounce, bang, we want it to stop dead. That's what we're looking to do. So once we've gone through exactly what you need, we're going to be getting you to hit shots on the golf range with this wedge. The idea is the ball is in front of you like this, and you're going to hit shots without hitting the wedge. What this will do, this will help to get you the nice angle of attack you need to get into grab the ball, so the grooves dig into the ball, but at the same time, as you come in, I'm going to teach you to shallow it off quickly. If we just go straight in, you're going to take lots of turf, and actually it's a bit too aggressive, so when the ball lands, there's a chance it will run on as opposed to spin and stop. So we're looking to come in steep and at the last moment shallow it off so we don't take too much turf. So a lot of it will be spent on the range hitting shots with this, and a lot of you, when you come down, are going to be hitting the wedge for quite a while. Once I'm happy that you can hit this shot without the wedge, I'll move it out the way, then I'll let you hit some shots. Once we're happy with how the strike is, I'm going to move you up to a green where you're going to do some 20-yard sort of shots where you see the ball grip and grab, and you'll be able to tell by the noise you're getting off the ball whether you've been able to get the ball to check. And then once we've got hold of that one, we'll let you loose on the pitching area up here at Thetford, where we've got these different greens. We've got a nice long grass tee where you can practice hitting into some of the greens and see the ball stop. So let's have a go while we're here, see what happens. So we'll go to this first flag first of all. Again, as you can see, I'm not going to try to take too much turf. We just want the ball to sort of sit. Let's have a look. So there you see, it's checked, it's gone quite close to the hole, and if you look, no real turf. So on a shot of this distance, you'll see the ball land, bounce, check and stop. If we go for the further flag, we'll hit this one a bit harder. We might see the ball spin a little bit more. Let's have a go. And there we go, that spun and stopped immediately. And then if you look, you can see I've took a nice shallow turf, not a big whopping divot where the club goes straight into it. So my angle of attack came down. Let's do it so you can see me. My angle of attack came down into the ball, and then I shallowed it off. By keeping the club face on the ball for a long time, I'm able to generate some spin. Let's see what happens when I hit from 70 yards.